Dude, you gotta check out the sandwich board I just made. Go ahead, turn around. No, not that one. Today we're gonna make ourselves an A-frame sign, aka a sandwich board sign. If you need a little bit more explanation other than that, it's those little triangular signs you see on the sidewalk in front of a business. Advertising usually on both sides, but first things first, we got to cut it out. I've got a template here that has the general shape and dimensions of the board that I want. I laid it out. I can get 4 of them out of this. All right, I got all 4 of those cut out. So that'll give us 2 sandwich board signs, which is exactly what the doctor ordered, both double-sided. Now that these are all ripped to size, we got to come up in here and we're going to cut this out. I got to come up here and just round our edges. All done. We're cut out. Our edges are rounded. We're ready to paint them up. Next, we are going to inspect our edges for any little voids or holes. A couple small ones right there. So we got a couple, nothing too crazy. We're gonna make up some filler. And if you don't know how to do that, I'll meet you in the garage in just a minute. You can run out to Home Depot or Lowe's or Menards or whatever the hell your store is called, and you can go buy wood filler or wood putty. But you don't need to. All you need to do is get some wood glue, make some dust, some sawdust that is, mix them together, and guess what? You've got filler. Now we gather it all up. We have this nice little pile. Let's take our wood shavings, drop them in here. Kind of looks like that, huh? Why do you think that is? That's how they make it. Oh yeah. Okay, I think we're there. We're there. I'm gonna let that dry up. I'm gonna go get cleaned up. And I think we're gonna go get some dinner. So I'll see you tomorrow. Got them all cut out and radiused and all that fun stuff. I gotta sand them out. We did some repair on a couple of the divots and the layers of the wood. So we're going to sand those smooth, and we're going to go ahead and profile the edges all the way around so it doesn't catch a finger or catch the skin. Going to rock out with the 150. And that's where we're at. So let's make some dust. Eat my dust. Just putting just a little bit of like a chafer on this edge so it's not sharp, so we don't need to bust out any type of tools other than a sanding block and a piece of paper. And it's going to help with our paint to grab that edge and keep people from, you know, getting splintered up or whatever. So it doesn't have to be like a smooth glass-like finish. We're just knocking down the rough stuff. So if it's not perfect, don't sweat it. Nice and smooth and safe to handle. So we're gonna get these laid out so we can prime them. You know that gut feeling you get when you're like, I should probably do this, but I'm not gonna do it anyway, and then it turns out you should have done it in the first place? That's where we're at. I'm gonna get these slightly elevated so I can get the edges and get these primed up. Wipe them down, prime them up. You know how that goes. I'll give you like 3 seconds at 3 different angles, and that should suffice. Who didn't like to play at blocks when they were a kid? It's prime time, baby. We about to kills it. I'm gonna show you a trick real quick. Get you a nice smooth glass-like finish when you paint. I'm gonna do it with primer, but this applies to primer and top coat, so check this out. You know, you have this erratic pattern when you're spreading stuff, and you'll see spread marks. But if you take your roller and you go one direction and you just back drag it, light pressure, you see the difference here and here? Well, that helps control the nap. So it minimizes the texture on the paint. And then when you pull like that, it evens everything out. And you'll get a glass-like finish. Especially if you're using an enamel for your top coat and you thin it just a little bit so it's got some flow out. So you want to use the foam, right? You don't want to use a nap. You want to use ultra smooth, dense foam. Let me show you here. High density foam for smooth surfaces. They make them in black too. I think I got a black one in here somewhere. But for the most part, that's all I use. Get it nice and glass-like. Check it out. Try it. Let me know how it works out for you. It's kind of fun. Okay, homies, let's get some stuff done. Here's where we're at. We are primed, both sides, all the edges. Now, we need to work on our layout. So, the way that I have decided that I want to do this is I'm going to take some butcher paper, make our little tracing line so that we have the exact size and proportions of our board. There There you go. A perfect to scale, life-size representation of our panel. Here, we're gonna get our image on there. How many more times do I need to show you this stuff? And there we go, the crooked head again. Like, have you tried it? Do you have it down? Do you know what you're doing? Are you confident? All right, we'll do it one more time for you. I'm still working on layout and doing color selection, but we can do the back side of the boards because nobody's gonna see them. We're just gonna go with black, so they're nice and dark, and call it a day. And I've got black, so that's why we're gonna do that. Yep, got black. We got skin. So you could spend all day to try to fish this stuff out, or we could just pour it through a filter. We're gonna make a pour through. There you go. There we go. I don't care what you heard. It's 4 inches. Oh yeah. There we go. There you go. Back in black. Not you. The camera. Do you think I'm in here going beep, beep, beep myself? Pay attention, woman. Dude. Those are done. Check them out. Oh, and check this out too. How many of you guys are old enough to know who Ed Grimley is? Well, it doesn't matter, but check this. 3 new additions to the studio. Definitely must-haves. They make you a better painter if you didn't know that. So we're gonna let these dry and cure, and again, they're the back side of the sandwich board A-frames, so they don't have to be like glass, but they will be because that's what we do. So stay tuned. Sandwich board action once again. Came up with a little mock-up here. Not completely finished, and not like the final version, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mask all this stuff off so that I can put down all my base stuff, and that's what I have here. So I masked all my edges off. Now I got to put in my divider line here, my separator, and then figure out how I want to paint that. I dig that color, the Kansas City teal, so I might do that. I think this has a good balance, but I got to get this line in there. Foist. All right, I got it. I'm gonna go with a Kansas City teal border, aqua panel fills, outlines, and something very similar to that for overall color. But first, we're gonna mix us up some aqua so we can do our panels. I'm gonna cut it down a little bit and I'm gonna roll it, but I'm gonna cut it first, so yeah. Got both of these knocked out yesterday. Cut all these by hand. They're relatively straight. I got a couple little spots I gotta touch up, but that doesn't matter because where the two colors come together, we're gonna have a line on there. Am I gonna pinstripe it? Maybe. Am I gonna mask it? Maybe. I guess it just depends, but I'm gonna give that some time to cure up. They look pretty good though. So while that's doing its thing, I will work on getting our layouts appropriately sized so we can make our pounce pattern and get crack-a-lacking. But first, I'm gonna go shave for you guys. What up, party people? As you can tell, we got our boards up on our easel. We're gonna make us a pounce pattern and we're gonna get cracking. So stay tuned, check it out. Okay, those don't have to be precise. I just want the overall location, because these boxes are going to get a little bit smaller once we come in and outline everything. This allows me to size my image accordingly. All right. Just doing a little image transfer here. Now this is not set in stone. This is just rough layout. Corrections will be made as need be, usually on the fly, and probably as I paint. This doesn't have to be an exact science and perfect. It does need to look good to the eyeball. So that's the plan. Bang out these verticals real quick. Oh, we got some tape there. I did a full color rendering for layout just because I wanted to know what I was doing so I didn't have to think about it later on and eat up valuable time, because I have to film and I have to paint all at the same time. So here you can see we clearly exceed the boundary of our A-frame. So I'm just moving stuff around as I need to, and I'll show you how we do that here. It's super technical, so hold on. Ready? See that button right there? Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. You know, sometimes when I'm trying to get stuff all lined up, instead of trying to manipulate the image on the digital side of things because it's super finicky, it's easier, simpler, and takes up less time to just move your material. So I like doing that too. Lettering, check. Tattoo, check. Imagery, check. Now before we go ahead and overdo this, we're gonna make a pattern, and honestly I'll probably just use some Sorel paper. It'll just well, okay, so here you go. You can do Sorel paper, right? But then you have to do it twice. You could do a pounce pattern, but then you have an extra step because you have to make the pounce pattern. So what's better or more efficient, or what works out better for our needs? I'm gonna say that I'm just gonna go ahead and do Sorel paper just because it's a little bit more accurate, and this imagery is pretty tight with lots of detail, and I don't have to worry about that wiping off. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna get set up for that and set them up side by side, and yeah, knock them out. Why are you guys slouching? There you go. Pretty close to the exact size of everything. Bring our Sorel paper all the way up to the top. And we'll just work our way down. And all you have to do is use a ballpoint pen. Oh, you can even use a pencil if you want to, but a ballpoint pen. Trace everything, move it down, trace, move it down, trace. We're gonna knock out both sides of these, both panels, so that way when we're painting, we can go from this one to this one, from this one to this one, and get it knocked out. Yeah. Hey, that ballpoint pen thing, it works, but if you got one that's been sitting around for a minute and it doesn't work, just give it a little bit of the fire. Loosen it up, make it flow, and it'll work good. That worked really well. Check this out. Very nice. So now we have to do tattoo, and then this whole thing all over again. Now I'm going to tell you twice, but I don't need to show you twice, so I'll show you what it looks like when we're all done. Hang on. They're both laid out, top and bottom. Double-sided Exactamundo. We'll start getting painting here, probably not today, we'll start that tomorrow, but there you have it. Lay it out, knock it out. Now, let's knock this thing out. Let's see here, number 2. So the number 2 will allow me to get into tighter spots. So right there. Alright, I think we're actually going to cut all this with a number 2. I'm going to mix up some ivory. I'm going to reduce it with some high temp reducer. And I'm going to go for like the consistency of buttermilk, right? So I want it thin, but not too thin, so that way it flows out and we don't get brush marks. So buttermilk is what we're going for. So hang on. So go through the dirty, squeeze it out. Go through the middle one, squeeze it out. And then the cleanest one, squeeze it out. And I try to shape my brushes to where the flat part of the brush coincides with the stamping or marking on the brush, so I know I always have it in the same place at the same time. And that's basically how wide our brush is going to flow out when it's loaded. And I do have some control over that, but that's generally what we're going for. will just bring it up to the side of the cup here, and I will push into the hair. Flip it, push into the hair. Couple little drags, and now I'm good to go. And I can see full saturation on the hairs, but I can still see the hairs. It's not just a big old gloopy glob of enamel. Look everybody, it's Mr. Jack. And we want to pull this tape off before the enamel dries. And you'll see why I use that piece of paper right there in a second. Plan for today is to block out our skull and our fox for our sandwich board sign. We still obviously have some stuff to do with the lettering, but we're gonna focus on that so then we don't have to worry about any of our Sorel paper stencil going away. So the plan for this is I want to do something similar to this, right? To where we've got some tonal variation, or call it shading, or what you will, but it all starts with a base color. And that base color is going to be our ivory. So we'll get started on that. We got the orange and magenta all blocked in. We're gonna second pass our ivory. Actually, it's an ivory that I mixed up. This is ivory out of the can, and it kind of gives it like a fleshy look, so I wanted to lighten it up. So we mixed it with some white. So that's what we got going on there. So we're gonna block that out. We're gonna do everything that's not done, we're gonna do. And then a bunch of other stuff too, so let's get to it. I'm not gonna narrate this whole thing, and I'm not gonna film this whole thing. I'm gonna give you snippets, and I'll explain all along the way. Plus, I wanna put on some headphones, and I wanna jam out. So just hang in there. You'll see what I'm doing. You'll know why I'm doing it, and it's gonna be cool. So don't frickin' go nowhere. You're grounded. Stay put. Hang in there. We're getting there. As you can clearly see, I've been going through and knocking out some textures. Here's where we're at. I went ahead and knocked out a bunch of stuff. We got some textures layered up. We've got some tritone shadows and details. So what we have left now is we have to come back and outline everything. Now, this isn't the end all be all. We still have to come in and outline our panels, outline our lettering. We might throw some other tricks at that. I'm not sure just yet. Either way, there's work to be done. So let's do it. And this is one of those times where tattooing transcends into a different genre or realm of art. Just like a tattoo, outlines make the project. Sets it off, bold, readable, clean. It's the way to do it. So, back at it. Check it out. Obviously, it's just the fox and the skull. We still got lettering and everything else to do. But that's the difference between that and that. Outline, no outline. Super rad and just kinda rad. Details matter. That's it for tonight. I'm gonna go beat the old lady, and I'll work on that tomorrow. Played with one brush, I didn't care for it, and then I bumped it up to another size. Currently using the size 0 Tilly quill. As much as I try to get away from these things, man, there's no substitute. These things are super, super awesome. And I probably have plugged them before. I know I've plugged them before, but I didn't tell you where to get them. You can go to hansendidit.com and buy them directly from Todd Hansen. Todd Hansen designed these brushes for the Mac & Sons brush company, and they're fantastic. And if you're paying attention and you're watching the pinstripe paint sign painter world, everybody's converting to these. They perform pretty well, but let's get to it. We're back, man. We're pajamming, paint jamming, pajama. We're jamming in our pajamas. We're painting in our pajamas. How's that for not going to school? Anyway, here we go. Check this out. I want to show you some. So it's amazing how just like little touches really set something off. And we're side by side here, so check these out. Ready? Alright, outline, not outline, outline, not outline. So we're just trucking along here. Everything's coming together. I'm really digging where it's going. Good morning to you. It's paint time. Well, it looks like today's going to be the last day here on this sandwich board A-frame sign. We're going to go ahead and outline everything where our two panels meet, where our aqua and Kansas City teal meet. We're going to take this orange that's in the fox's face, and we're going to bang an outline around all these. So I'm going to get a brush loaded up, and we're going to knock that guy out first, and then we'll put in our material holder and we'll lay it down on the side So all of our lines can be pulled top to bottom vertically. All right, one more to do. I think you guys need to see it twice, and if you do, just rewind. I got my boards laid out, measured in 3.5 inches. Gave myself a reference line on both panels so everything lines up. And determine which way we want this hinge to open. Now the hinge has a natural stop like that, but that's too severe of an angle, so we can't do it like that. So we need it to be able to close fully. Little love tap. Oh yeah. Moving forward. Keep pushing along. Much better. Tighter fit. Perfect. Alright. Time for the slow motion music profile thing. So I got an idea. Hold on a second. And 3, 2, 1, go!